Hi Scorpio, the Awakened Dreamer here to give you a tarot reading for your next 48 hours. Thank you so much for joining me. Do keep in mind this is general, so just take what resonates. But as well, I do want to thank you in advance for your likes, comments, and of course subscriptions to the channel if you haven't done so already. Now, as well, do keep in mind this is meant to pertain to the following 48 hours for you individually, starting around when you're guided or drawn to this video, not just following when I post it, okay? But as well, we're going to begin and pull from the Spirit Animal Oracle deck and then pull from the Mermaid Tarot for the rest of your reading. Let's do some shuffling. You could be feeling overly serious, even if there's some, okay, they're saying super positives to focus on or to be grateful for at this time. The new is making you happy, even if you're not fully showing it. For Scorpio. For Scorpio for the next 48 hours. You could be feeling a bit confused, a bit perplexed, even a bit annoyed at certain points the next 48 hours. People are going to, at times, rub you the wrong way. There's something to learn from it, okay? I'm going to pull this one. This and that are true. And as well, we're going to pull Lion Spirit. I feel like you could be thinking about a Leo. You could also just have heavy fire in your chart. But I feel like there's a brave way about you in the next 48 hours. These three feel quite relevant. But I feel as if there's a lot of gossip talking. I feel like there's people saying this and that, but I need to recognize that potentially not all of which is true. All right, to separate oneself from gossip. Interesting as that did just come out in the daily read. A push to have more fun if you look at the dolphin. To dive into something enjoyable, as I do feel like it could potentially be a magical next 48 hours for you as long as you allow it to be. But I do feel like you're kind of all work, no play at this point, or at least within the next 2 days, all right? Feeling incomplete for one reason or another, thinking about your future in comparison to someone else's future who you're seeing transform by the day, but you are as well, just in your own individual way. Try not to compare, all right? It's not going to do you any justice, is now what I'm hearing. I feel like it's going to be difficult to catch your breath. I'm now hearing body pains, as that will potentially take a focus in the next 48 hours for you. But I do feel like this lion spirit definitely representing your bold way of being in the next 48 hours, but again, overly serious for the most part. Turning your cheek, turning your head to difficulties at times to focus on something else completely. Interesting. Don't neglect it altogether is now what I'm hearing. But Spirit having your back is definitely a reminder in the next 48 hours as you're preparing to take flight in one way, shape, or form. It feels like you're being prepped for the week ahead or just the upcoming days to, solidify something in your mind. But I feel like you're pushed to remember how royal you truly are within your efforts, your routines, what you accomplish, put out into the universe. Very interesting beginning, all right? Just had a moment with the eye of the eagle over here. Interesting. Your third eye is opening, but I do feel like there's a lot of thinking about the new, the fresh, what needs to be put to rest, what actually was put to rest recently. But let's do some shuffling and see what else we get. I feel very uncomfortable. The Five of Cups coming out, and I feel like you do expect the worst, all right? And at times there's a push to expect the best, to not focus on what's left behind, what didn't work out, what isn't working at the present moment, so much that you can't enjoy the positives once again. And I just feel like there needs to be more celebration, all right? There's light within your life and there's a need for you to pinpoint it, right? You may be pushed to simply notice who and what brings light to your world, all right? And what, as far as your routines, your habits, brings light to your world, all right? More of that is needed. But I do feel like you crave your alone time in the next 48 hours, all right? Home time is now what I'm getting, all right? There's a housing situation in the future for some of you drawn to this reading, and you need to recognize that it will be so damn cozy. What else do we have for Scorpio? For Scorpio, I feel like you could be experiencing an increase in your spirituality, but I do feel like, again, the next 48 hours are reminding you that your world is changing, even if, and it's including the changes that others that are closest to you or just within your life are going through as well. Don't be surprised if you just feel different in the next 48 hours and you can't pinpoint why. It's spirit, okay? It feels like a whirlwind happening around you, a lot to accomplish. Okay, we're rewinding just slightly to prepare you to propel forward, all right? A seashell coming into play as I'm drawn to her head. I do feel like you're thinking about your hair, your looks, what isn't working for you anymore, potentially wanting to make a switch up in that category. Taking care of yourself is a necessity at this time, all right? You could be feeling quite depleted. And again, thinking about endings, new beginnings, all the meanwhile, and just over contemplating, I feel the need to say. For Scorpio, we have the Hierophant, and I really feel like you're thinking about change once again. Informing oneself, you could be doing research. When you stumble upon a video or content on social media, online in general, there's a reason for it, okay? I really feel like Spirit's at work to remind you, to inform you, to push you in the direction you're meant to even revamp your confidence within a new beginning that I feel you embarked upon recently or are planning to get started with soon enough. Feathers, synchronicities, angel numbers, do not be surprised when all of which plays a key role in the next 2 days for you. As again, Spirit is a key factor as I'm drawn back to the Eagle Spirit, but I'm also being drawn to the books in the background here of the Hierophant card. I do feel like you're meant to read something important for yourself. Get lost in a book is now what I'm hearing. There's potentially a need to dust off certain past hobbies, skill sets. Have you created art recently? I feel the need to say. Bubbles coming into play. Stay within your own bubble, but don't be afraid to enjoy oneself all the meanwhile. There's that push to enjoy oneself, to have more fun, even though I feel like you won't fully take it or take it at all. But there's also a reminder you don't have to be associating with other people or surrounded by a ton of people to have fun. You can stay within your own bubble and be okay, and I'm not gonna say that, but just you can stay in your own bubble and enjoy yourself and have some fun. Get a release all the meanwhile and potentially make money off of it, I feel the need to say. We have the Magician, and I feel like without meaning to, you're manifesting at this point, and it's quite close to that Five of Cups, so do keep in mind that even the negative thoughts, the negative vibes you send out into the universe can manifest. But I do feel like you want to see the future. You want to know the future of a situation, okay? And you're not meant to see the full truth just yet. But I feel like for that reason, with that motivation, you're watching a lot of tarot readings, or you could just find yourself pulling cards for yourself, excuse me. Okay, they just said only wanting to know the truth. And I feel like just bouncing back to this over here, I feel like you're finding it hard to trust people the next 48 hours and what they say. So therefore, you could be like doing your own research and just kind of investigating. But a need to trust your intuition because you know more than meets the eye. As I do feel like you're thinking about a situation that leaves you a bit trapped at times, but don't leave oneself trapped within your own mind. As I do feel like there's a push to slow it down. You may feel this inclination to, again, intake more knowledge, but also just to move quite slowly. They're saying Mercury retrograde-esque. Don't fight that feeling. Don't force yourself to move quicker than you feel you can, all right? I do sense there's some healing that needs to take place, and all of which the pace you're moving at times will definitely help, all right? But definitely feeling guarded, thinking about new beginnings, birth, stuff of that nature. Kid-oriented items, all right? I do feel as if you are thinking about your sleep, the nighttime, all right? The moon, water, stuff of that nature is coming into play in the next 48 hours. I know that was quite random, but it came out for a reason. We also have the Three of Pentacles, and so I really feel like you're being noticed in the next 48 hours, and it is a beautiful thing, but at times being paid attention to in the wrong light or for the wrong reasons. People wanting to overexpress their opinion or be overly nosy. I do feel like you need to recognize that I feel like for the majority of you, it's due to a caring nature, just expressed in a very forceful way. All right. Okay, they're saying clean up. For some of you, you'll get a push to do some cleaning around the house, or even again when it comes to your thoughts, habits, stuff of that nature. But the Tower coming into play because I do feel like you're thinking about, again, a past ending. Some of you, this is upcoming, but putting to rest certain unhealthy habits and to accept that, yes, alone time is taking place in the next 48 hours for you, but it doesn't mean you should be overthinking, okay? Because that's just going to demolish any peace that you have and can create even more so within your alone time. But I do feel like, okay, a Sagittarius is coming into play in a need to have more patience, as I feel like even patience with physical pains that Spirit's giving you, or just reminders in the next 48 hours that you are getting older, okay? We all are. And I do feel like there's just a level of color at certain points that needs to be expressed and just enjoyed. They're making me think about art again, all right? Even certain colorful images, videos, stuff of that nature on social media will feel so right when you land upon it, right? Or scroll right to it. And I feel as if, once again, Spirit's communicating. Thinking about tattoos, designs, artistry is now what I'm getting. But I do feel like it's the next 48 hours where you're connecting with people. Thinking about your love life as well, or lack thereof, which contemplating a lot, doing some online browsing / shopping. But I do feel like you'll get a push to think about all the abundance at hand. And I do feel like you are thinking about your home life, your future, once again, your fulfillment, where your happily ever after lies, okay? And I do feel like the next 48 hours can entail a little bit of anxiety, but you're thinking about passion and new beginnings once again, and what you owe to oneself at this point along your path to feel the happiest, all right? And I just feel as if you're going to recognize that you have so much more to offer the world, or to remember this, that you have more to offer the world than people give you credit for at times. But I just feel like you're granted some quality time to rest in the next 48 hours, as you may be coming off a bit cold at certain points, but kind of a goddess energy at the same time, going back to that crown in the beginning. But you're also reminded that you're protected moving forward, so don't fret, okay? Don't overcomplicate, don't over-contemplate, and just simplify as you move forward, so you can feel the most confident, the most royal, as you embark upon the new and just do what you have to do, all right? So, and I do feel like this is your energy at certain points, the King of Wands, male or female. Let's finish up by pulling some charms for Scorpio. Beautiful, we have an owl. Yeah, I feel like you're being viewed as somebody who's very knowledgeable, very wise, and again, overly serious, but you have a lot going on. And we have a mermaid here. All right, I feel like aquatic things are coming into play. We'll leave it this way. You may be thinking about or be pushed to watch mermaid-esque content, but I also feel like it's coming through as a different level of connecting with a specific somebody. And the moon coming into play as well. And I feel like that's tying into how easily you're able to manifest at this time. So keep a close eye on your thoughts. All right, and we also have is this a bee? We're going to say it's a bee, or a wasp is what they're saying. Bugs, okay? Bugs coming into play in the next 48 hours. The weather taking a true focus, as it does affect your energy and your mood, all right? I believe this is a flower, and I truly feel like you're reminded that you're blossoming towards your happiness, your fulfillment, and that your wants, your needs, your desires can absolutely switch up and change as you change as an individual in more than one way, and that's beautiful, okay? And I just feel like, again, you're being noticed as you do your best to steer your ship towards what you deserve and stay grounded or get regrounded if need be. All right. I just feel as if you are recognizing that you deserve to fly towards what you deserve. I feel like people are noticing you for somebody who's being prepped to fly towards happiness, fulfillment once again, but being pushed to recognize that you deserve the best. And I just feel like you are being pushed to be more of an open book at certain points, but to recognize it's okay to stay within your own bubble. They're now saying you're a star. And I just feel like all the meanwhile, things are growing and abundance is flowing in for you. All the meanwhile. Let's pull one more for the left side. A shell. Beautiful. And we did mention that in the beginning, right? Or was that the daily read? Either way, we have a shell here and a shell here. So I do feel like aquatic items and stuff of that nature is coming into play. But the spiritual meaning of a shell does play into your next 48 hours and your path in general, all right? Things are changing, Scorpio, and that is a beautiful thing, all right? So I hope this reading was truly helpful. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't done so already. Go have yourself an amazing next 48 hours, and I will see you next time. Bye, Scorpio.